I want to register the strongest possible concern about the quality of DRA's work, or more accurately, lack of work, in reviewing the seismic studies to be performed by Southern California Edison, PG&E, around the state's 2 nuclear plants. In both instances, DRA, to use Assemblymember Buchanan's word, is simply rubber stamped request. No changes in the proposed amounts, no review by seismic experts, no consultation with outside seismic experts. Last year, the legislature augmented the CPUC's budget to provide that seismic expertise. That capability is yet to show up in either the Edison or the PG&E proceeding. We now have a proposed decision in the Edison case, so that one is a horse that's already gotten out of the barn. This is serious, serious work. And I should say, at least the DRA showed up in the 2 proceedings. The Energy Division, absent without leave. We've got a process that potentially involves the most consequential decision state government will ever make. We're not reviewing this with the expertise that resides in this very state. I think that from the standpoint of being a ratepayer advocate, I'm not certain I could come up with a more important subject than making certain that these seismic studies are performed properly. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
My name is Rochelle Becker, and I'm with the Alliance for Nuclear Responsibility. And last year, we didn't have the privilege of having Mr. Geesman represent us, and we did our own work before the Public Utilities Commission as interveners. And I would like to reduce whatever you're saying you saved people by $85 million, because PG&E had applied for a license renewal to fund a license renewal, and the only party in the case that opposed the funding for a premature license renewal before seismic studies were done was the Alliance for Nuclear Responsibility. That case was dismissed finally after 2 years this January. Had we not been in the proceeding, that case would not have been dismissed. In fact, that settlement of $85 million to go forward with a license renewal for the nuclear power plant with 4 earthquake faults within 5 kilometers, not knowing any of the new seismic information, would have been signed, sealed, and delivered before Fukushima hit in Japan. Now we have new information. We have $64 million before us in one proceeding and $64 million before us in another proceedings for seismic studies. That is more than the USGS budget. We want to know how they're spending the number. We want to know who at the PUC, who is a seismic expert, can ascertain whether or not the scope and the cost estimates are in the best interest of ratepayers. There is no other party doing this. And if you don't see the need of a public member representing the public, the ratepayers in this proceeding, then you haven't been at the PUC. We are the only ones there. I live downwind of Diablo Canyon. I live downwind of San Onofre. I have homes in both places. And I work with both communities in an effort to make sure that the state of California has a complete and total jurisdiction over economics and the reliability of aging nuclear power plants when they do their job. They need to do their job. We're not talking about safety. We're not preempted. This is a California issue. It's California ratepayers that are in jeopardy. And the PUC and the DRA need to look at this with seismic expert eyes to understand whether or not this scope is adequate and whether or not the funding that they're asking for will do the job. Thank you.
Thank you.